Well, good morning to all of you stuck inside your homes just like me. Today's Quarantine 101 is in relation to some of the traveling that I did earlier in February to Indochina, Vietnam, Cambodia, and of course visiting my brother in Australia. This 101 is a Vietnamese coffee that I enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy it as well. From a North American perspective, it's a little odd, not gonna lie, but I've looked it up and there are recipes like this around the world. But this one is specifically from Hanoi, Vietnam. So today we are going to make an egg coffee. Stay tuned. So you're probably asking yourself, Renato, what do I need to make an egg coffee? Well, the first thing you're going to need is an egg. Now, this is a white egg. This is a medium size white egg. There are different types of eggs in the world, different sizes of eggs and colors of eggs. But for this video demonstration, we're going to stick with the Leghorn white egg, which is the most common egg. So we have our egg. The next thing we're going to need for our presentation is, for our coffee, I should say, is a Vietnamese style coffee press, which I brought back with me from Vietnam, and we're going to use in this display. So it comes in a couple of pieces. So you have a base tray with filtering and holes that will allow the beautiful coffee to go through. We have the coffee housed container itself. So this is just a stainless steel cup and comes with a lid, just like that. It also came with a set of instructions, but we're not going to use that. Inside of the coffee pot, mocha pot, is a bit of a press. So kind of like a French press. We're going to be putting in the coffee grounds, about 3 tablespoons or 3 teaspoons of coffee grounds inside our press. We're going to fill the press with just a little bit of water just to soak the coffee grounds to saturate them. Then we're going to place this filter on top and screw it down. But you don't want to put it too tightly because it will stop the coffee from dripping through. We add more hot water to the receptor, and then we put a cap on it. And while that's all brewing, for this purpose, I'm just going to use just a normal drinking cup, and we're going to place it on top so that when the coffee is brewing, you'll be able to see it brew down. So that is the second thing that we need. And the third thing that we need is a bit of a blender. So I went online and found myself this little blender, little whisker. You can do it traditionally. Again, if you like the workout, you can just grab a fork and whisk, 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 whisk away. Or if you have one of those little tiny whisks, well, you can sort of just grab it and roll it in your hands and whisk the egg. But here I have this little electric grinder, this little electric whisker that has 3 different speeds. And I got it at Canadian Tire here locally, and I think it was like $9 or $10. So the other piece of critical material that's required for the Vietnamese coffee is, of course, the Vietnamese coffee. So again, I was in Vietnam, so I brought back some coffee with me. This is Trung Nguyen Premium Blend. It's got a strong aroma and flavor. It's ground coffee and has artificial and chocolate flavors. So different ways that we can use this. It's got a different taste to it. So it's got this chocolate Arabica bean blend. If you can't find this here, you can find something comparable from Café du Monde with chicory. I mean, it's a little bit spicier, but we'll use that. We're going to use this instead today. So we have our coffee grounds. We have our press. We have a cup to brew in. We have our little electric whisker. And we're also going to need another cup to whisk the egg in. And we are going to use, with the egg, some condensed sweetened milk. Now, I used Eagle brand, but I've transferred it because, you know, those if you're familiar with the sweetened condensed milks or condensed milks, they come with a can that has a lid that, you know, you open up and you can never seal it back in again. So I've just transferred it over to a glass receptor, and this does not need to be refrigerated. It just gets stored up into one of the spaces in my cupboard. So we'll just open it and you'll see how beautiful and delicious that looks. So now we have to make some hot water. So I'm going to turn on the hot water and then we're going to get cooking. So that was how you make Vietnamese coffee. And I want to thank and do a special shout out to Jen Paquette for asking me to make this recipe. And I am going to enjoy this immensely. It's a taste that once you've had it, you want to have it over and over and over again. The trick here is to eat the protein first and then get to that delicious coffee. So cheers. There's nothing quite like it. Good morning, everyone. Stay tuned for the next video.